Hi, and welcome to the LesParis.com podcast. I'm Les. This podcast is a short daily monologue that you can listen to. Use it to practice listening to English. Use it to stimulate ideas. Use it for BGM.
Hi, I'd like to welcome you to the Les Paris podcast today. Today you're listening to episode 182. Yesterday in episode 181, we talked about the 7 wonders of the world. And today in episode 182, I plan to talk about astronauts. Astronauts. Do you think much about astronauts these days? I'll bet you don't. When I was growing up, they were kind of big because they were going to the moon and stuff like that. And astronauts, well, number one, astronauts are always bigger in a kid's mind. And also, they were great people. I mean, great humans. They had unbelievable skills and massive training. They had been educated, and they did things that most of us couldn't do or wouldn't do. So astronauts were pretty up there, for me anyway. These days, astronauts are changing. Not that much, I don't think, but somewhat. What I mean is, now we're getting more astronauts. Now we have commercial space ventures. We have companies that are sending rockets into space. And we have companies sending rockets into space with space tourists. Can you believe it? So now, does that space tourist count as an astronaut? I don't think so personally, but you might want to disagree with me. After all, they are getting some special training, and they are going into space. I mean, astronaut, the word astro, stars, and naut, sailor, a sailor of the stars. If you're out amongst the stars sailing around, you're an astronaut. But let's say the meaning of the word has changed. The original astronauts were kind of a different caliber of people. Now some of the astronauts are just plain old scientists who've been trained a little bit extra. They don't actually fly the spaceship. They're on the spaceship running tests and things like that. Of course, they still have a lot of training, but it isn't quite as extensive as it used to be, I don't think. That's just me talking, though. I might be wrong there, but I don't think most of those astronauts have that depth of training, and certainly not the tourists in space. Would you like to be an astronaut? Here we end episode 182 of the Les Paris podcast, which was about astronauts. For your excellent listening practice, come again tomorrow and listen to episode 183, which is about novels.